Hello friends, welcome back to my channel Study with Ishant, and today we are continuing the Black Book Solution series, and here we are starting from question number 42, and we will be going to the last question, and today is the last video of the solution of Black Book video. Okay, so let us see the very first question number 42. Here it is saying consider the sequence where you have been given a sequence un summation r is equal to 1 to n r upon 2 to the power r, where n is greater than equal to 1. You have to tell the limit when un n tends to infinity. Okay, so see, here it's given un is what? Summation r from 1 to n r upon 2 to the power r. Okay, now here n is tending to infinity. Here limit n is tending towards infinity, so let us substitute infinity here. So your this series is coming out to be limit n tends to infinity un is equals to summation r is equals to 1 to infinity r upon 2 to the power r. Okay, now just open this series. So if we open this, so let us assume this series as s. Okay, so this series s is what? Put r is equal to 1 upon 2, 2, so 2 upon 2 square plus 3 upon 2 to the power 3, and till so on till infinity. So you have to solve this series. Now if you are a student of class 12th or you are a dropper, so you always know how to solve this kind of series. But if you are a student of class 11th, so and you haven't learned the chapter sequence and series, so I will tell you a basic method for solving this kind of series. So see, whenever this type of series come where r upon 2 to the power r is there, so you have to do what? You have to do s upon 2, means divide this whole equation by 2 and write the alternative terms together, means 1 by 2. So 1 by 2 s upon 2 means 1 by 2 square, 1 by 2 square, and here 2 by 2 to the power cube, so that denominators the denominators which are same, they are together. Okay, and you have to just subtract this series. So s minus s by 2 is s by 2, and 1 by 2 plus 2 by 2 square minus 1 by 2 square, it's what? 1 by 2 square, and this will be 1 by 2 cube, and this will go until infinity. So what benefit did we get from here? This has become a infinite gp. You can see this is an infinite gp, and we know how to solve an infinite gp. You have learned the formula in the basic maths. The formula for the infinite gp, if you don't remember, so you always remember what s is equals to a upon 1 minus r, where a is the first term and r is the common difference. What is the common difference here? You have to divide the second term and first term, so it's coming out to be 1 by 2. Okay, and what is a here? A is what? 1 by 2. So simply substitute, so your s by 2 will come out to be 1 by 2 upon 1 minus 1 by 2. So s by 2 is what? 1. This is 1, means your series s is coming out to be 2, means value of this series s is coming out to be 2, which is which option? Option number D is the correct answer for this question. Okay, so generally this type of question frequently comes in the question where they involve the sequence and series in the limits question. Okay, now let us look at the question number 44. This question is based upon the basic trigonometric manipulations. So see, for n belongs to natural number, let fnx is equal to tan x by 2, 1 plus sec x, 1 plus sec 2x, 1 plus sec 4x till sec 2 to the power nx. You have to find the limit x is to 0, fnx upon 2x. So let us simplify the function fnx. So here you can see that the function fnx is what? It is tan x by 2 and 1 plus sec x, 1 plus sec 2x, and till 1 plus sec to the power 2 to the power n x. Okay, let us simplify this. Let us take first two terms. It is tan x by 2. So tan x by 2 can be written as sin x by 2 upon cos x by 2. Okay, and 1 plus sec x can be written as c. Sec x is 1 upon cos x, and when you take the LCM, it comes out to be 1 plus cos x by cos x. Now you can apply the half angle formula. What is the half angle formula of 1? It is cos square x by 2 plus sin square x by 2 plus, what is the half angle formula for cos x? It is cos square x by 2 minus sin square x by 2 upon cos x. Clear? Now you can see sin x is getting cancelled, and this is coming out to be 2 cos square x by 2 upon cos x. Means you can substitute this in terms of this. So substitute here 2 cos square x by 2 upon cos x. Okay, so this will be cancelled, and what will be remain here? 2 sin x by 2 cos x by 2 upon cos x. What is this formula? Sin 2x. But here x by 2 is there, so sin 2x upon 2 means sin x. And this will be what? Sin x upon cos x, which is simply tan x. Means if you took these two terms together, then you get tan x. Now what will you do? You will take these two terms together, tan x and 1 plus sec 2x. Now you don't have to normalize, means you don't have to simplify it further. Just observe the pattern. When these two angles were there, sec x and tan x by 2, then you got tan x, and the angle x is of the sec x only. Means if sec x is there, then here is tan x. Okay, irrespective of any angle taken here, means whichever angle is here, it is double of tan x by 2, and it has the same angle as that of sec x. Means what will be the next term of this? Means this will be double of this, and same as this, means tan 2x. Okay, now you will take tan 2x and 1 plus sec 3x. Okay, sorry, 2 to the power n is there, so it will be 2, it will be 4x. Okay, then this will be what? This will be tan 4x, and this will be go on till tan, and 1 plus sec 2 to the power n x, and here you can see, here it is 2 to the power n minus 1 x. Okay, now you can see here, here 2 to the power n x. Okay, if you took the last term, so this will be what? This will be tan 2 to the power n x. Okay, it is n by 2. It is n by 2, and if you did this, so this will be 2 to the power n. Means last term is tan 2 to the power n by 2. Okay, and if you do the square of this, then you will get what? Tan nx, and this will be 1 plus sec 2x. So you will get the final term as tan 2 to the power nx. Means fnx is what? Fnx is tan 2 to the power nx. You got the function. Now you just have to apply the limit. Okay, so this was the simple manipulation which you need to do before solving the question. Okay, now let us see the question. Okay, now limit x tends to 0, tan 2 to the power nx upon 2 to the power x. Okay, now you know one standard limit, tan x by x is 1, limit x tends to 0. So you can just multiply here by 2 to the power nx and divide by 2 to the power nx, then this term will come out to be 1. Okay, and x are cancelled, and your final limit is 2 to the power n minus 1. Means this is the final answer for a limit, option number C. Okay, so these are the two questions. Now let us move on to the question number 45. Okay friends, moving on to question 45 and 46. Question number 45 is saying the value of limit 1 plus greatest integer of x upon to the power 1 upon ln tan x. Okay, so again one more question of the very amazing property of limits. What is that? I've told you, limit, whenever limit x is tending to 0 and two functions are in the power of each other, fx to the power gx. Okay, So always this limit is equal to e to the power limit x tends to 0 fx minus 1 into gx. Okay, now you can apply the property for this limit question. So this limit x is tending to pi by 4, so obviously this limit will, let us assume this limit as L, so this will be equal to e to the power limit x tends to pi by 4. Okay, and fx minus 1 means 1 plus greatest integer of x minus 1, 1 upon natural log tan x. Okay, this 1 and 1 cancelling each other, and this will be e to the power limit x tends to pi by 4 and greatest integer of x upon ln tan x. Now how will you solve it? See, if you substitute x as pi by 4, so this is 0 by 0 form, but you cannot differentiate the greatest integer of x. So you know that pi by 4 is roughly 0.76 something, and greatest integer of pi by 4 will be 0, means this whole quantity will be 0. Okay, and this will be exact 0, and this will be not exactly uh, not exactly 0. Why? Because x is tending to pi by 4, means value of x is lying somewhere less than pi by 4, so means this will be not exactly equal to 1, means this will be not exactly equal to 1, because tan pi by 4 is 1, it will be roughly 0 point something, and this whole quantity will be also something less than 1. Okay, so this means this will be equal to e to the power limit x tends to pi by 4, and this will be what? 0, means e to the power 0, means 1 is the answer for this question, means option number B. Okay, now question number 46, you can see if limit x tends to 0 this function, then you have to find the value of a if it is equal to 0. Okay, now this question is based upon the standard limit results. Okay, and by x square, and this is equal to 0. So you know limit x tends to 0, sin x by x is 1. So multiply and divide by nx here. So this whole thing will be equal to what? 1, and this will cancel it. And you know limit x tends to 0, tan x by x is 1. So multiply and divide here by x. So this will be whole equal to 1. So your final limit is looking like this. Limit x tends to 0, greatest integer, sorry, not greatest integer, bracket of n minus x minus x and n by x. Now take x common from the bracket, so this x will cancel all, and this will all will equal to 0, means a minus n into n minus 1 bracket n is equals to 0. This will be there. So a minus n into n barabar 1. A minus n is equals to 1 by n, means a is n plus 1 by n, means option number D. It was a very easy question, basic approach of the standard limit results. Okay, now moving on to question number 47. Okay, so moving on to question 47 and 48. Okay, let us first solve question number 48, because this is a easy question. The value of limit x tends to infinity, ax square plus bx plus c upon dx plus c. Then you have to tell the limit depends on which variable sign. So see, first of all, whenever limit x will tend to infinity, then always you have to take the highest order power common from the polynomial. If ax square plus bx plus c is there, you have to take x square common. So you took x square common, so here a will be left, d by x, c by x square. Okay, and here dx plus c, so you took x common, so d plus e by x. Clear? Now this x will be get cancelled, so your limit will look like x a plus b by x plus c by x square upon d plus e by x, and limit is tending towards infinity. Okay, if limit is tending to infinity, so this will be 0, this will be 0, and this will be 0, means there is no significance of the b, c and e. Here x is there, I know, but you have to only tell the dependency of the limit. So whatever sign will be there of a and d, that will depend the sign of the limit a and d. A and d only means option number C is correct. Okay. Now moving on to question number 47. This is a very good question. Okay. This can be asked in JEE Mains. Okay. It has the highest probability that it can be asked in JEE Mains. Okay. Why? Because this will test the knowledge of permutations as well as limit. See, limit n is tending to infinity, n factorial upon n to the power n to the power something. You have to tell the limit of this. So, you know what is factorial? It is 1 into 2 into n factorial, 3 into till n. What is n to the power n? It is n into n into n into till n. Okay. Now let us assume this limit is L. So this will be look like this limit n tends to infinity, 1 into 2 into 3 into till n upon n into n into n into till n. Okay, and to the power 3n cube plus 4 upon 4n to the power 4 plus 1. Okay, now what will you do here? You can't just apply any L'Hopital or something. You have to just take log common, means log both sides, because something power is there. So log L will be equal to this power will come down plus 4 upon 4 n to the power 4 plus 1 and log 1 by n into 2 by n into 3 by n into till n by n. This will be there. And we know the property of log a into b into c into and till so on will be log a plus log b plus log c, like this all will be added. So log n will be limit n tend to infinity 3n cube plus 4 upon 4n to the power 4 plus 1, and this will be log 1 by n plus log 2 by n and till log n by n. Okay, now let us move further here. Now let us see. Now this will look like, see here log L is this, so log L will be equal to limit n tends to infinity 3n cube plus 4 upon 4n to the power 4 plus 1. And how can you write this? Log 1 by n plus log 2 by n till n by n. You can write this as summation form log r by n, r from 1 to n. This can be written in the summation form. Why I've told you this is a very good question, because see, 3 chapters are involved here: PNC and limits and integration. Okay, definite integration. So this will look like log n, and I've told you in the previous question, whenever n tends to infinity, you have to take highest power common. So n cube will be common from here, and n to the power 4 will be common from denominator. So 1 by n will be left. Okay, and this will be just 3 by 4. Okay, plus this will be just 3 plus 4 by n cube plus 1 by n to the power 4. Okay, and this will be 1 by n. You can take 1 by n here from r1 to n log r by n. Why I have taken 1 by n inside it, I will tell you. Okay, now put n as infinity, so log n will be 3 by 4 and 1 by n summation r is equal to 1 to n log r by n. Now, if you are student of class 12, you have learned about a concept that is generally taught in the definite integration, that is definite integration as a limit of a sum. If you are a student of class 11th, you can do this question till here. Okay, after that you need to learn a concept about definite integration that will be learning in class 12. definite integration of the limit of this one. Okay, generally what we do here, I will tell you in short. You put 1 by n as dx and r by n as x. And how will you tell the limits? See, the lower limit will be given as limit n tends to infinity. The limit upon n means this will be 0, and the higher limit will be limit n tends to infinity n by n means this will be 1. Means we have to convert this into the integration. Log n will be 3 by 4, and this will be integration from 0 to 1. Log r by n is replaced by x and 1 by n as dx. So this is converted in simple integration. And you know the integration of log x. If you are a if you know the integration of log x, you just do it by parts. Okay, I will tell you what is the integration. It is x log x minus x plus c. Because it is a definite integration for c1. Okay, this is the general integration. Okay, x log x minus x. How does it came? It came from the L'Hopital, the Euler rule. Euler rule. Okay, what do you do? 1 into log x. This can be written as this. Now you perform the Euler rule. You took log x as one function to a second function. This like this into the integration of second, minus of integration differentiation of first into integration of second and whole integration. So this will be x log x minus x. So this was the integration for log x. Okay, you have to remember this if you don't go by derivation. So simply now you what will you do here? You will put limits from 0 to 1, and here also you will put limits from 0 to 1. So this will become as minus 1. Means this whole integration is coming out as minus 1. And log L is minus 3 by 4. Means L is e to the power minus 3 by 4. Which is the option number e to the power 3 by 4 means option number A. Okay, so this was a very good question. I will star mark this question. A 3-star to this question because this was a very good question and 3 chapters were involved. Okay, this is a general pattern of the JEE Mains question. Okay, now moving on to the question number 49. Okay, so moving on to question number 49 and 50. Question 49 is saying if fx is limit n tend to infinity tan inverse 4n 1 minus cos x by n and gx is limit n tend to infinity n square by 2 ln cos 2x by n. Then you have to tell the limit of e to the power minus 2 gx minus e to the power fx upon x power 6. Okay, first of all we need to find the functions fx and gx. So fx is limit n tends to infinity tan inverse 4n square 1 minus cos x by n. And now we know that the formula for 1 minus cos x by n means 1 minus cos theta is what? 2 sin square theta by 2. So simply substituting this formula in this, so this will be what? This will be 2 sin square x by 2n. This will be fx is limit n tends to infinity tan inverse 4n square into 2 sin square x by 2n. Okay, and this will be tan inverse 4 to the 8n square sin square x by 2n. Now we know that if sin x by x is 1 when x tends to 0. So here x by 2n and n is infinity, so this is tending to 0. So we can apply the standard limit result. Means multiplying and dividing by x to the power x by 2n to the power 2 and multiplying and dividing. Okay, so this whole will become 1, and what this will become like limit n tends to infinity tan inverse 8n square and x square by 4n square. So 4 to the 8, n square x square cancel. This will be simply tan inverse 2x square. So this is a function Now let us find the function gx. Okay. So it is tan inverse 2x square. Fx tan inverse 2x square. Now let us find function gx. Gx is limit n tends to infinity n square by 2 ln cos 2x by n. Now for this you need to first what we do, this limit is tending to infinity, so infinity and ln 0 is not defined, so you can just what you do, you will just apply the expansion of cos x. Cos x expansion is 1 minus x square by 2 and so on. Okay, like this. So you will apply here, so gx will be limit n tends to infinity n square by 2 ln 1 minus x square by 2. Here x square by 2 is not here. X square by 2 means 2x by n square by 2 and so on. Okay, and we know one property, that ln 1 minus y is roughly equal to y, means y minus y when 1 is very greater than y. Here 2x by n is there and n is tending to infinity, so it's very small quantity. So this will be equal to what? Gx will be limit n tends to infinity n square by 2 into minus 4x square by 2n square, means 2 to the 4, 2 to cancel, n square cancel, means minus of x square. This is the function gx. Okay, now let us solve this limit. Gx is there, fx is there. Now we will just substitute inside the this limit and we will find out our answer. Okay, we have just substituted the expansion of cos x and we have applied the property ln 1 minus y is minus y. Okay, now let us find this limit. It is saying limit x tends to 0 e to the power minus minus plus x square or 2x square minus e to the power tan inverse 2x square upon x to the power 6. Okay, now we know that limit x tends to 0 e to the power x minus 1 upon x, this is 1. Okay, now what we will do here, e to the power x minus 1. So now take e to the power tan inverse 2x square common. So this will be e to the power tan inverse 2x square common from here. So this will be remaining like this. This will be left out like this. Limit x tends to 0 e to the power tan inverse 2x square, and this will be e to the power 2x square minus tan inverse 2x square minus 1 upon x to the power 6. Okay, now x will be 0, that will be 0. So now you have to apply this property, so multiplying dividing by 2x square minus tan inverse 2x square. Okay, so this will be looking like this. Limit x tends to 0 e to the power tan inverse 2x square and multiplying and dividing, so e to the power 2x square minus tan inverse 2x square minus 1 is here, minus 1 upon x to the power 6 into 2x square minus tan inverse 2x square upon 2x square minus tan inverse 2x square. So this whole limit will be equal to 1 and the remaining limit will look like this. So this will be limit x tends to 0 e to the power tan inverse 2x square and 2x square minus tan inverse 2x square upon x to the power 6. Okay, now what will you do here? Now you can apply the L'Hopital rule here. Okay, because this is what, this is 1 only, because x will be 0, so e to the power 0 will be 1. Okay, now x to the power 6 and 2x square minus tan inverse 2x square. So now applying the L'Hopital rule here, rule here. Limit x tends to 0, e to the power tan inverse 2x square, and now applying here the limit 2x square minus tan inverse 2x square upon x to the power 6. So now applying the limit here. Uh, so here we will apply. So okay, this is 6.5. So here generally students what do they try to go with the standard approach, but I have also tried the standard approach, but this is becoming very much lengthy. So we have to think something else. Many times whenever we solve the limit question, some interference like this will come where you need to think what we can do now. Nothing. But you can see one thing. Uh, Here you can either apply the expansion, okay, or I will tell you one more interesting method. Okay, don't go by this method. This is a very uh, lengthier method going on. I would tell you very shorter method. See, what was fx? Tan inverse 2x square. And what was gx? Minus x square. Okay, so this limit will look like e to the power minus minus plus 2x square minus e to the power tan inverse 2x square upon x to the power 6. Okay, now what will you do here? You know the expansion for e to the power x. It's 1 plus x square by 2 plus x cube by 3 and so on. And you know the expansion of tan inverse x. What is it? It is x minus x cube by 3 plus x to the power 5 by 5 and so on. Okay. Now you know one more property, e to the power y can be written as 1 plus y in the expansion terms. When y is very much less than 0. Okay, so applying here, this will be e. So first of all, let us assume see 2x square and 2x square. So assume 2x square as u. Okay, so what will x square look like? It will look like u by 2, and if x is tending to 0, u is also tending to 0. So limit u tends to 0, we have changed the variable e to the power u minus e to the power tan inverse u upon this will be x to the power 6, so x square cube means u cube by 8. Okay, now just apply the series expansion. E to the power u will be what? 1 plus u square by 2 plus u cube by 3 and so on. And what will be tan inverse u? E to the tan inverse u, it will be c. Tan inverse u is tending to 0 means it's also very small, but here variable tan inverse u will be very much small because it's an ITF, inverse trigonometric function. So we can apply this property. Okay, first of all we will write the expansion of e to the power tan inverse u, that will be e to the power u minus u cube by 3 plus u to the power 5 by 5 and so on. Okay, now what will you do? You will write this as 1 plus u minus u cube by 3 plus u to the power 5 by 5 and so on. Okay, just substitute here. So 1 plus u minus u cube by 3 plus u to the power 5 by 5 and so on upon u cube by 8. Now this question will become very simple. Okay, this was this part where you need to find the function. This is also a very good question, can be asked in JEE. So this limit, let us assume this limit as L. So this will be what? This 1 will be cancelled, u will be cancelled, and this will be plus, and this will be minus. So this will be simply looking like u square by 2 plus u cube by 3 minus u to the power 5 by 5 upon u cube by 8. So now put this into the every denominator. So this will be looking like u square by 2 into 8 by u cube. So 8. So this will be what? This whole thing will be also 0 because this has gone to this. This will also go to this, and this will be remaining what? This remaining will be 8 by 3. Means the answer for this question is option number A, 8 by 3. U cube will be cancelled and 8 by 3 will be the answer. Okay, this was a good question. Where not only you have to find the function but you have to also find the limit. Okay, now let's move on to the question number 50. So this question is saying you have been given a fx cubic polynomial. You need to tell f of 1 can't where limit x tends to 0 sin square x upon fx is 1 by 3. Okay, here limit x tends to 0 sin square x by fx is 1 by 3. Now we can apply the simple limit property, multiplying and dividing by x square. So this will be 1 and reciprocal. So limit x tends to 0 fx by x square is 3, and fx is a cubic polynomial. So let us assume a cubic polynomial ax cube plus bx square plus cx plus d. Okay, now substituting here, so limit x tends to 0 ax cube plus bx square plus cx plus d upon x square is equal to 3. Okay, now for this limit to exist, the lowest degree variables should be 0, means this d and c should be 0, so that this limit should not tend to infinity or it cannot be defined. So means d should be 0 and c should be 0. This is the basic function. Okay, so what you are left with? You are left with limit x tends to 0 ax cube plus bx square by x square is equal to 3. Okay, now you are left with this. Now x square if you take common, so this will be what? This will be ax plus b is equals to 3, means b is coming out to be 3. Okay, and this function fx which is left here, ax cube plus bx square. Okay, now f of 1, this will be what? A plus b is 3, so a plus 3, f of 1 is this. Okay, and this a can never be equal to 0. Why? Because this is a cubic polynomial and leading coefficient of x cube cannot be what? Cannot be 0. Otherwise it won't be remaining a cubic polynomial now. So means if a is not 0, means a plus 3, this can never be equal to 3. Because if it's equal to 3, then a will be equal to 0, which is not possible. Means a plus 3 is f of 1, means f of 1 will be never equal to 3, which is our option number C. This was a very good question. Algebra was mixed here, but yeah, you have to always remember that the leading coefficient should always be positive and it should lead to 1. Okay, then it can be a cubic polynomial. Okay, so moving on to question number 50. Okay, so moving on to question number 51 and question. Okay, question number 51 is saying this is a simple question where you limit x is tending to 0 and this polynomial we need to find the limit. So this is 0 by 0 form. Just apply the L'Hopital rule here. So if you apply the L'Hopital rule, limit x tends to 0, the differentiation 2e to the power sin x and sin x derivative cos x, and derivative of this will be what? This will be e to the sin x plus e to the power minus sin x and minus x derivative minus cos x. So minus cos x, one derivative 0 and 2x plus 2. Okay, and this will be what? Take cos x common, and this will be e to 2e to the power sin x minus e to the power minus sin x upon 2x plus 2. Okay, and if you see here, so limit x tends to 0. So if you tend the x to 0, then this will be what? This will be 2, and this minus minus this was plus because the sign was, because derivative minus sin x will be minus cos x and minus minus plus. Okay, so this will be what? X tends to 0, cos 0 1. This will be 0, 2 plus 1 3. So 3 by 2 is the answer, option number A. Okay, so very easy question. L'Hopital rule is applied. Now moving on to this question. This is also a very good question which is asked, which can be asked. It is saying that x1, x2, xn are roots of this equation. You need to find the value of the subtraction of the roots. Means first you subtract from second, then third, then fourth. This is a polynomial C, x to the power n plus ax plus b. Okay, this is equal to 0. And roots are what? X. x1, x2, x3, and till xn, because x power n is there. Now, see, you need to find the value of x1 minus x2, x1 minus x3. X1 is common here, so let us assume x1 as x. Let us assume x1 as x. Okay. Now, x minus x2. Okay, this can be written as what? See, this can be written assuming x1 as x. Okay, so this can be written subtraction means x minus x1. Okay, then x minus x2, then x minus x3. Means we can subtract x from x1, then x2, x3. Okay, and till like this. Okay, now just take this to the denominator of this xn plus ax plus b upon x minus x1 is x minus x2, x minus x3, x minus x4, and so on. Now x was what? x1 means the limit of x is tending to x1. Okay, now you will apply the L'Hopital rule there. So if you apply L'Hopital rule, so this will be what? N x to the power n minus 1 plus a upon 1. Substituting x as x1, so this will be this, and x will be substituting x1, so x minus this, and x1 minus x3, x1 minus x4, and so on. So the value for this was what? N x1 to the power n minus 1 plus a. This was the final answer, which is your option number B. Okay, now moving on to the question number 53. Okay, now moving to the question number 53 and 54. So, question number 53 is saying limit x tends to 0, 1 plus sine square x to the power 1 by 3 minus 1 minus 2 tan to the power 1 by 4 upon sine x plus tan square x. Okay, you have to find the limit and limit x is 30. First of all, you will apply the basic limit properties. X tends to 0, sin x by x is 1, tan x by x is 1. Okay, so multiplying and dividing by x square here, multiplying and dividing by x here, multiplying and dividing by x here, and x square here. Okay, so let me change the color. Now see, limit x tends to 0. If you divide it by x square, so this will be what? This will be 1 plus x square to the power 1 by 3 minus 1 minus 2x to the power 1 by 4 upon x plus x square. Okay. Now this x square is very much less than 1 because x is tending to 0, and you know the binomial approximation 1 plus x to the power n is roughly equal to 1 plus nx when 1 is very much less greater than x. Okay, so you just substitute here limit x tends to 0, 1 plus x square by 3 minus 1 minus 2x by 4 upon x plus x square. Okay, so this will be plus and this minus minus cancel. So this will be what? X square by 3 plus 2x by 4 and upon x plus x square. Okay, and limit x tends to 0. Now 0 by 0 comes, so apply the L'Hopital rule. 2x by 3 plus 2 by 4 upon 1 plus 2x. Okay, now x will be 0, so this will be 0, this will be 0. Answer is 1 by 2. Means option number C. Okay, you always have to remember the binomial approximation and the condition when it is applied. Okay, moving on to the last question of this series, question number 54. Here, this question involves the combination of determinants and limits. Okay, everyone know, whether it's a student of class 11th or 12th, they know how to solve a determinant. Determinant fx is there, you have to find this limit. Okay, so this question was asked, I think in 2014 or 15. It is the old previous year of the event. So first of all, let us find out the determinant. So applying the row elimination. Okay, doing what? Let us do R2 is equals to R2 minus R3. Okay, so this will be x cos x as it is 2x sin x and x tan x. R2 minus R3, this will be 0, this will be minus x, this will be 0, 1, 2x and 1. Now just solve the determinant plus minus plus, and your fx will come out to be x square. This will be x square cos x minus and plus x tan x. This will be 0 only, and minus plus x. So x square, okay, x square will be common, and cos x minus tan x. And here now you have to do what? Limit x tends to 0, fx by x square. So dividing by x square, so this will be simply cos x minus tan x. So put x as 0, so your answer will be 1, which is your option number B. Okay, so that is for this series, and I've uploaded all the solutions of the question, and I will be back with another book solution. Or I will upload the solution of I think Irodov book next for the physics, and limit I have solved. Okay, so thank you for watching this series. I hope you like this. So don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel Study with Shan. I will see you guys in the next.